cars flipping on busy freeways seems like a scene pulled out of an action movie, but this was very real.
So sorry. I wish it was me. He did not deserve it. I did.
Convicted drunk driver Jordan Fuss apologizing to the family of 6-year-old Santiago Giraldo, who he killed in a car crash. Red light cameras captured then 19-year-old Fuss in his Infiniti sports car flying down Sterling Road with speeds reaching more than 100 miles per hour when he slammed into the car carrying little Santiago.
Is accused of being behind the wheel of a Mercedes, speeding through a red light at La Brea and Slauson last Thursday, killing 6 people.
Her vehicle sheared a car that exploded into flames.
On Monday, LA County DA George Gascon announced the charges against Linton, a traveling nurse from Texas. 6 counts of murder and 5 counts of vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence. Investigators say Linton was driving 90 miles an hour.
A young family was destroyed at a blink of an eye.
Las Vegas Raider Henry Ruggs appeared in court for the first time since being arrested in a deadly DUI crash, where a judge denied his motion to exclude his blood alcohol results. According to prosecutors, Ruggs was driving 156 miles per hour with a blood alcohol content twice the legal limit at 0.161. That's when he hit Tina Tintor and her dog, killing them both.
Today we are going to talk about the unfortunate fact that our lives are in someone else's hands while we're on the road. Doesn't matter if you're a driver, doesn't matter if you're a pedestrian, your life is in someone else's hands. And it's one of those weird things that we just kind of have to accept, right? But it's something to always be mindful of, because as you saw at the beginning of this video, there's a lot of accidents happening out there, and with a rising number of super people wanting clout on TikTok and Instagram, doing all of these nonsense videos while they're driving, you have to really be careful out there. But anyway, one of the reasons why I would like to talk about this is because a viewer of the channel reached out and asked if they could hop on and talk about their recent experience. Well, near-death experiences on the road. And I was like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. They would prefer to remain anonymous, and I'ma just let you all hear what they have to say.
I just have a message for all of you fellow motorists out there. You know, the road is something that we all share, and it's something to be respected, because at the end of the day, accidents do happen, and I totally get that. I mean, we wouldn't be called drivers or motorcyclists if we didn't do something stupid every now and then that is purely by accident. And because of that, you know, we all need to be so careful. You know, we need to take our own safety and the safety of everyone around us that we can see into our own hands, because accidents do happen. Now, with that being said, you know, sometimes an accident can happen, but then sometimes an accident is caused. If you're driving on a main road inside a city and you're breaking the speed limit, and you already know that you might be tipsy or high, don't do it. If it is, you know that for whatever reason you have to drive home, take your time, because these things happen. It's a recorded fact. And I could tell you, I was a victim of a situation just like that, and it wasn't nice. The person hit me on my motorcycle. He drove off, and he turned out to be a police officer, and he nearly got away, and I thought that was horrible. I couldn't walk, right? It injured my knee, but you know, that I was still so lucky, because if it is you research motorcycle accidents, a lot of people just end up dead. So I was lucky, which is why I want to talk to all of you today and just share my thoughts on that. We all have places to be, and we all have things to do, but it's not worth any unnecessary reckless behavior on the road. It's not worth it. Everybody please take your time, be careful, stay safe.
So by listening to what this viewer had to say, you can tell that it's not just young, stupid people on the road. Stupidity doesn't have an age limit. It can literally be grown men and women. It can be elderly folk. It can be young people as well. It's just one of those situations where we have to be ridiculously aware and try not to make the decisions that these stupid fucking morons would make on the road that would endanger the lives of other people. For instance, I'm gonna give you two examples. When you look at what was her name? Her name was Obdulia Sanchez. She was 18. She was driving drunk down a empty fucking road with her sister in the back seat. Her sister was 14 years old. She was so drunk that she flipped the fucking car. Her sister died. And you know what she did? She went on Instagram Live for clout, talking shit about, oh, this wasn't what I wanted to happen, but I don't care. Like, yo, what? Maybe if someone spoke to her, maybe if someone saw a video like this, like someone, and then spoke to her about the dangers of that type of nonsense, it wouldn't have happened. Like, we can only hope. My point is that people like that exist. People like Cameron Herring exist. That's the guy that was going 100 miles an hour and he hit a woman and her 20-week-old baby and killed both of them. When they gave him 24 years in jail, people were like, oh, he's too good looking to have such a harsh sentence. I'm so pissed off. I'm not even forming my words correctly. Like, this Twilight looking motherfucker, it doesn't matter how he looks, doesn't matter how handsome he is, doesn't matter how much money his family has. The punishment should be fucking life, if you ask me. He should spend life in prison. I think that's fair. He took the lives of two people. I think it's fair. And people would say I'm being harsh, but I don't fucking care. Because if it were your wife, your mom, and your little sibling, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't think that I'm being harsh. Would you? Anyway, all we can do is really be careful. As the guy in the recording said, just be careful. There's no rush to get to the place that you need to go. And even if there is a rush, do it carefully. Don't go beyond the speed limit that you can't control. Right? I spoke to a fireman some years ago about this, and he said the exact same thing. He said the people who end up in these car accidents, the ones that are speeding, the ones that are drunk driving, they only cry and bitch and moan when it happens to them or someone they know. When it's someone else, they feel bad about it for a few days, yeah? And then that's it. That's as far as it goes. Anyway, let me know what you all think about the stuff the guy, the viewer, said in this video. Let me know if you agreed with what I had to say. Do you think that people should go to prison for life when they do some dumb shit like that? And are you actually careful on the road? Ask yourself that. Are you aware of the things that you do on the road? If you disagree, you all already know the drill. Go fuck yourselves. I really don't care what you have to say. If you post any stupid fucking comments, I will delete it. I'm not gonna waste time or try to have anyone cause nonsense conversations in the comments. I don't give a fuck how good looking that guy was. He deserves more time in jail. It just is what it is. Anyway, for everyone else, have a great fucking day. Later.